Uroboros. Devised in ancient Egypt, the Uroboros displays a serpent or dragon eating its own tail. It was adopted into other magical and chemical iconography as a symbol. The symbol often is interpreted as cyclical, such as the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Transmigration of the soul, birth and death, is associated with the direction of the human phases of existence. Phases of life were a concern in the ancient times. Back in the days of ancient Egypt, it was in funerary texts, such as found in Tutankhamun's tomb. Interpretation of the figure was the beginning and the end of time. It is in other areas of Egyptian religions. Around the world, or reality itself, the Ouroboros encircles the world of order and represents the amorphous chaos. It was adopted from the Egyptian into other societies, though it was recognized as a symbol of renewal. Such a powerful symbol had an almost universal innateness. The image of the Ouroboros closely resembles one of the three children of Loki in Norse mythology. So great had the serpent grew, it encircled the world, and grasped its tail in its mouth. Some indigenous peoples in South America believe that an enormous anaconda encircles the flat earth. Even featured in the Bible, the Leviathan uses the same circular imagery. It worked its way out of religion into other sections of thought. Gnosticism and alchemical used the Ouroboros symbol in their text. In Gnosticism, serpent biting its tail represented eternity and the very soul of the world, a dragon with tail and mouth. Also featured in alchemical texts to be attached to the famous Philosopher's Stone. The image even made itself into psychology with the psychiatrist Carl Jung. He found the alchemical symbol very interesting, meaning both infinity and wholeness. The process of renewal through devouring our shadow was a cycle, unmaking you to remake yourself, so to be a more complete being was an explanation. In my novel, Uroboros Cycle, the creature is an abstract, minor deity of life and death. At the thin places between the lands of the dead and living, it cleans death from the plane of life. The family of Lavoisian found the great serpent located in Sabbath Branch, or Ashless Hollow. They are witches that practice necromancy and the ancient tradition of magic and shamanism. The brutal nature of the world can cause souls to lash out or attach to life, so must be cleansed or moved on to the next step in the cycle. If too much horror is afflicted in an area, it can cause a spiritual wound, which can cause shades to build up, shades being chunks of negative memories. Once enough of the pseudo-ghosts build up, it can cause their negative nature to affect the living. I hope you enjoyed this brief explanation, and I encourage you to research the monsters yourself. Thank you, and please rate, comment, and subscribe. I have more stories to read to you, so you may escape in imagination for a while.